Did you know that in a lifetime of an average American, they will throw away 600 times their adult weight in garbage, which means each adult will leave behind 90,000 pounds of trash for the future generation. This is according to wasteaversion.org. My name is Jeff Clark, and today I want to tell you why recycling is important to everyone and the environment. I'll talk today about 3 types of recycling products that most people have in their house or use in their everyday life, like paper, aluminum, and plastic. First of all, I'd like to talk to you about the importance of recycling paper. Recycling 1 ton of paper could save 37,000 pounds of lumber and 24,000 gallons of water. Also, by recycling the same amount of paper, it could save about 3 cubic meters of landfill space, which this is about the approximate size of a bathroom, which is 8 foot long by 8 foot wide with an 8 foot ceiling. And this is also according to environmentgreen.com. Paper products are part of the biggest component of city garbage pickup and make up almost 40% of the landfills. By recycling this paper, you can save the amount of trees used, energy used, and have less air pollution. And most schools and other organizations have drop-offs at their respective locations, and they also receive fundraiser proceeds from these bins where you can put the paper that you want recycled. So instead of just throwing away all the paper and taking up all the space in a landfill, why not take all of the old paper products to one of these school or daycares so they can benefit from the so-called trash that you were going to throw in there. And it can be recycled and reused again. And it only takes a little effort to drive to one of these places if you don't already have a home pickup. And it's like a win-win. You get rid of your paper and they get a little money for their organization. Secondly, I'd like to talk to you about recycling aluminum. This is the common item found around the household, and it is unreal to know that we as Americans throw away enough aluminum in 3 months to rebuild an entire commercial air fleet. To me, that is amazing. Aluminum is a sustainable metal and can be used over and over again. Once you send a can, it takes 60 days for the can to be recycled and back onto the shelf of a store, and that comes from earth911.com. Recycling also requires less energy, so it produces 95% less emissions, which is a greenhouse gas. And in 2007, 54 billion cans were recycled, saving energy equivalent to like using 15 million barrels of crude oil, and that is like using the gas consumption for 1 day in this country. And by recycling aluminum, you can also receive a little money, and instead of paying someone to take it, you can make money from it. Recyclers last year paid almost $1 billion for aluminum cans. Other things around the house that can also be recycled are like gutters, siding, car components, and lawn furniture. The last thing is recycling plastic. Plastic is everywhere in the household, and it's used to wrap your food, store your food in, and you drink from it, you eat from it, and if you have parties, you're surrounded by it, and plastic is basically everywhere. And of all this plastic that I mentioned, only 3 to 5% of it gets recycled in America. Much of the rest goes to a landfill where it takes 200 to 400 years to decompose. By recycling 1 ton of plastic, we can save the equivalent of 2 people's energy use for 1 year, or the amount of water used by one person in 2 months' time, and almost 2,000 pounds of oil. So being made from the same oil that gasoline is, that means that it's in a high demand and it's an unlimited resource. And that was according to environmentgreen.com. So in conclusion, I think if everyone tried to recycle their paper, aluminum, and plastic around the house, it could benefit the future generation, community, and organizations, and you could even get a little money for recycling. I hope that all of you have learned a little from this speech, and if you don't recycle, this will encourage you to start recycling around your house. If we all do our part to recycle, we could leave this place in a better shape than what it is in now, so future generations can have a better and cleaner life. Thanks, and I look forward to hearing everyone else's speech.